Well, hello, and welcome to the Points of Interest Podcast. This is the most generic podcast on the internet. My name is Josh Hawks. I am the 303 Ninja, and right over there, he is my podcasting partner for life. He is the other guy. It's Mr. Francis Fernandez.
Pull out your cigars and your glass of cognac. Sit back and watch a film of robots turning into other things.
It's a matinee.
Not like Elon Musk's robot.
It's not 5 o'clock Mountain Time. Really isn't a matinee time anymore, is it?
It is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's
Then it's a matinee
up until
episode.
6.
Okay, well then it's a matinee episode of the Points of Interest. Here on a Saturday.
Nice.
We didn't announce it or nothing. Just show up.
I mean, we did now.
I mean, we did just
Stay
now.
on
I
Twitter.
mean, it's on Twitter. But
Yeah.
like, you got like a 30-second heads up that we're gonna do something.
Yeah, whatever.
You don't need to know. We just show up in your feed.
Did you see the Optimus robots that Elon showed off the other day?
I saw a brief clip
Yesterday,
of some
yes.
robots walking, and I got scared and stopped watching.
There was a bartender robot. There's a bus robot where it just buses people around. There's a taxi robot car.
Bus or
And then there's
boss?
robot people. Bus.
Oh, okay.
Not
Bus.
sadly. Not boss. But a bus that'll roll people around in a robot, and then the robots apparently are going to do everything for you.
Hmm.
They'll mow your lawn. They'll clean your car. They'll wipe down your house.
Will they wipe down me?
They will if they need to. If you need a robot to wipe you down, I'm sure you can get one to do it.
Can I get one that looks like Lucy Liu?
They kind of yeah, you probably could. I think you probably
A Futurama reference there.
No.
Get a Lucy Liu bot.
Lucy Lubot, Jesus. Yeah. Sadly, hasn't made a film in... Oh, she made a film recently. Oh, hello, Pearl.
I want a robot to walk right down to my house. And my friend Josh. Yes. Well, you know, I'm a dirty boy sometimes.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know. I don't really know if I needed to hear that, but okay.
You know, Francis, as I discussed earlier, before we hit record, you know,
Yes,
I woke up, not on the, well, I guess kind of on the wrong side of the bed, but more of on the wrong side of the alarm. Yeah, gave myself 9 minutes to get to work. That's, 10 minutes away. So that didn't work out very well.
Well, at least you feel rested.
I mean, I wish. I worked till like 8 o'clock last night, and then have to be at work at 6 that's a quick turnaround.
Well, how you feeling?
I mean, everything is helped by it's all blurry. But my drink of choice with all its tea goodness and the caffeine that's in it.
I'm glad I introduced you to Liquid Death. It's
So it's funny. Last night, actually, I got the old school Arizona sweet iced tea, and I was up very late because of the 600,000 milligrams of sugar that is in the thing. That's probably why I slept through my alarm. Because while I was sleeping, I had the sugar crash.
Yeah, well, I'll feel that way. I just ordered a box of Arizona energy drinks, so we'll see how that works.
Well, you know what I saw in the grocery store the other day? Mountain Dew.
What'd you think?
Mountain Dew has a 40. Well, is it a 40? No, it's a tall boy. It's not a 40. Yeah. It'd be sweet if it was. I mean, it'd just be cool to see Mountain Dew 40, but it's a tall boy. It's Baja alcoholic Baja Blast. I don't have a problem with this. I've never had Baja Blast, so I don't really care. The only issue I have with it is it's the same can design as the rest of their Mountain Dews. Clearly, it's a tall boy.
Hard Mountain. What?
Yes, hard
It's
Mountain
hard
Dew.
Mountain Dew.
As if Mountain Dew wasn't extreme enough for you. Now we add 5% alcohol.
You're right. They are gearing and advertising to children.
Mhm.
Like, this is insane.
Yeah.
Like, this is not.
Speaking of
geared towards
Arizona,
adults.
the company that we speak
Yeah.
very highly of most of the time, unless they keep me up too late with all the sugar.
That too.
They too have a hard iced tea that has the same exact can design as like the raspberry tea. Very similar. Even the lemon iced tea, I believe, is more similar to their hard iced tea than the raspberry can.
But do they have these cool animal logos like in their Mountain Dew, with a shark, an eagle, and a tiger, which are, I'm sorry, ridiculous.
I didn't
ridiculous.
grab any of the cans. I just happened to walk by the tall boy, fridge, and I was like, "What the hell?" I stopped and I was like, okay, that's a tall boy of Baja Blast. Interesting.
This is really funny to me. It's pretty crazy just that these drinks exist. All right, well, cool, good. There you go.
So, for
Go
all
get yourself-
you, extreme, rollerbladers, fucking who drinks Mountain Dew?
I don't know.
Stereotypical, But now you can, now that you're over 21, now you can get your Baja Blast. You can go get the tacos at Taco Bell. Go to the grocery store and get alcoholic Baja Blast. And then you could just keep the night going because you're usually getting Taco Bell when you're drunk anyway.
That's kind of true. Really, the only thing that pairs well with Taco Bell is alcohol. So there you go.
Perfect.
Oh man. All right. Well, good to know. Thanks for the share.
Well, speaking of pairing things,
Yes.
I got to do something this past weekend that a lot of people pair with alcoholic beverages, since we're talking about that too. I tried a cigar for the first time since I was a kid, like high school age, I guess.
Tried a cigar as a kid?
I mean, like high school age. A buddy, around just after high school, a friend of mine went to boot camp, came back. We all celebrated him coming back and with a cigar. And I didn't know how to smoke one then. I probably inhaled a couple times. Probably a bad idea. I don't recall. And since I don't remember, it's probably a bad idea. But I knew it didn't do anything for me. Fast forward, I'm 47. I'm sitting in the backyard of my best friend's house, and he says, "Let's smoke a cigar." And I'm like, well, I mean, sure, why not? I'll give it a shot.
Sure.
We're up for trying things, so why not? It just, I know it was fully lit because the whole thing was lit and building in ash. But every time I puffed on this thing, I produced no smoke. So maybe I don't know how to fucking smoke a cigar, but
Maybe you're supposed to treat them like the candy cigarettes, and you're supposed to blow instead, so that way.
that's the whole idea. Got it all wrong this whole time. No, it was very odd. Like the cigar I got two of them, so I can share it with my best friend, and it was rated good as a good beginner cigar as well. All the things were lining up, and all I tasted was wet grass, and not in a good way.
That's probably what you're supposed to take.
I don't think there's a good way to fucking taste wet grass, but it wasn't. It wasn't. I got about maybe a third of the way down, and I was like, I don't think this is the hobby for me. All I've done is hold it, basically. I'm puffing on it and nothing's happening. And then I'm sitting across, from my best friend who's just producing clouds of smoke, the same exact fucking cigar. So
Puffing in the air. Yeah.
I don't know what I wasn't doing right, but I don't think cigar smoking is the hobby for me. I'm willing to give it one more chance just to, make sure I do it properly or something. But I don't know. I don't know if I didn't cut it right. I don't know if I know it was lit because, like I said, it was a whole ash that was burning and building.
You're not supposed to cut both ends, right? You're only supposed to cut one end.
Yeah, you cut the end that you suck on. And the
No, I thought you cut the end that you light.
no. You cut because the end of the cigar is capped. So you got to open up the cigar on the mouth end. So that's
right.
So people, there's all different kinds of cutters. He had a V cutter. So it cuts a V notch in the mouth end of the cigar as opposed to just a straight cut. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what I did wrong.
I've never done it myself. I don't know. But Pearl did say, though, that they tried the various flavors of alcohol Mountain Dew, and they're okay. Which Mountain Dew in general is just okay anyway.
Fair.
Probably as okay as a cigar. Maybe cigars taste as okay as a Mountain Dew, but
here's the thing, like there's like cigar assholes that there's just like wine assholes and cheese assholes and
those Cubans.
Not even that. They're just like, they take a puff and they're like, I taste cashews and coffee and this and that, or you get some wine asshole that's like, I could tell what kind of grapes these are. You know what I'm saying?
Good chocolate.
Yeah, and I'm just like, all I taste is wet grass and there's no smoke. Like, when you smoke a cigar, shouldn't there be smoke?
I don't know. I don't know how to smoke a cigar, so I don't know.
Yeah, clearly I don't either. Because like I said, the cigar I got, they said was about 45 minutes to an hour long smoke, like on average. At the half hour mark, I look over and my best friend's like almost done with it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. Like,
but if you're not supposed to inhale, what's the purpose? Like, what do you get out of it? Is it just the taste of the smoke?
Yes, I guess. You're asking the wrong person.
Okay, yeah. I don't get it. Like, I don't.
The whole time, France, I'm right with you. The whole time, I'm like, I don't get this. What's the fun part of this? Where's the part where people are like, I enjoy a cigar. This helps you enjoy a cigar. I'm not enjoying any. I'm just like, how hard you got to suck on this thing? At one point, my best friend, he says, "Hey man, what do you think?" And I went, honestly, I want a joint. Because at least with a joint, 1, I can smoke it. I can produce smoke. 2, there's flavor. And 3, there's an effect. With this, I'm not getting any of those satisfactory things. In fact, all I'm doing is I feel like I'm just holding something.
I mean, you are, right? That's it. It's like,
I'm just holding on to a smoldering piece of paper.
Tell you, man.
It was odd.
Tried it. You can cut that kind of out of your bucket list. You smoked a cigar. You attempted.
It was never on the bucket list, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, because that was my experience. The whole afternoon, leading into me going to go see Transformers. Haha, look at that. I was irritated. And then,
why?
Because I built up this experience of smoking a cigar. I thought I was gonna smoke a cigar and have a good time, and I still got to hang out with my best friend and chit chat, and share an experience. It just wasn't a very good one on my end. So like I was just irritated because I built up this thing that it was gonna be flavorful, and it was just disappointing.
Just get a get a vape pen or something. At least you get something out of it. It's easy to smoke, and you're guaranteed something will happen.
Sure.
You're guaranteed something.
Sure. And I mean, again, that's why I'd rather just have a joint, because then, I'm still smoking something with you. I'm not sitting here with some fake marijuana. Dink, dink.
Did he do marijuana cigars? Is that a thing?
Like a blunt?
Yeah, but blunt's not that big, is it?
It can be. Blunts is the thing about a blunt is it just needs to be a cigar wrapper. So
I see.
that's what makes it a blunt. So it doesn't matter how, if you got a big ass leaf, go ahead and wrap it. If you got enough weed,
It's
go
all.
ahead.
The only limit is your imagination. Is that,
Basically,
yes,
I mean, you should look up joint rolling competitions. Joint rolling, dink dink, quote unquote, is way out the door when you start making shapes like dogs and knights of shining armor with swords and shit. Like, how do you even smoke that?
Okay. I will look this up.
You should. It's
Because now I didn't realize there was like animals and stuff to like
all kinds of shapes. I've seen all kinds of different things. It's insane. And I don't even know how much weed is in any of these things, or if it's just all paper just bunched up and shit. But they say all of them are smokable.
Okay. Well, I will have to look this. Yeah,
I
'cause
pitch a fit
it's
trying to
world
roll a
championship.
fucking regular size joint, much less a blunt or a fucking, dog sitting in a chair.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. What? There's a ship. It's a guy. There's a rocket ship. There's Medusa. Wow.
Yeah. Don't
Wow,
look at
wow.
Medusa. What the hell are you
Wow.
doing?
I know. I'm already. Well, I mean, I thought the whole purpose was to get stoned.
Or to get rock hard. I think either way.
You only get $2,000 for this. You only get $2,000 as a grand prize for this.
Oh, for your rolling
For the rolling
abilities,
paper competition.
your rolling dexterity. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I can't even roll a fucking joint without saving. It looks like a fucking pregnant whale most of the time when I'm done.
All right. Nice.
But yeah, I
Glad
did.
you got to try.
Well, I'm glad I am willing to give it another shot, because that wasn't a very good experience. But as I alluded to, I did go finally see Transformers 1. I'm like one of the last people to see it, and that was clear that I was one of the last people to see it, because there's only like 6 people in the theater, I think. That also could have been because my dumbass, first of all, ordered a ticket to the wrong fucking theater. So when I go in and I'm like, here's my QR code, they're like, wrong theater, dipshit. I'm like, ugh, but I'm already here. So I had to cancel that.
Did you? Oh yeah.
I had to cancel the ticket and then buy a ticket at the place that I was at, which was fine, because I could do it all from the same fucking Fandango. Why don't you pay an extra $1? Why not? And because I'm panicking, because I know the times are getting close, I picked the first showing I see, don't really read it. And then she scans the thing, she goes, make sure you grab your 3D glasses. And I went, can I switch it to something else? She's like, nope. Like, damn it. 3D doesn't really work on me, especially now with glasses. It really doesn't work. It didn't really work to begin with. And also, why are we still using a technology from the 70s?
No, it's not the red and blue. It's
3D is
different.
3D is 3D. I don't care fucking what color your lenses are. It's still shitty technology that didn't work back then. Why are we using it now?
It was cool. I like red and blue. The red and blue glasses. Those are fun. Anyway, go on. Yeah.
It just doesn't really work. So I could see some depth, but really it just doesn't work. But despite that, despite not really being able to see everything I wanted to see. It was a fucking great movie.
It was.
We
Now we
both
can talk about it.
now that we can talk about it, especially now because we're so late on everything, which is a theme for all the things I got going here today. We talked, I think the last episode, or maybe it was before we hit record of the last episode, but you talked about Steve Buscemi being Starscream.
Yeah.
And you really wanted to get my take on it. I fucking loved it.
Did. Yeah.
I loved it, especially after his voice box got damaged a little bit and it became a little bit more high pitched.
Well, it became Starscream. Like he got the. They explain how he gets the weird, distorted voice, but spoilers from here on out. But everyone is here on the Transformers roster, essentially.
Yeah, they really.
Jazz makes a cameo.
Yeah, thankfully, since 2017, something like that, where he just gets taken out in the first movie. 2016, whenever the first movie came out.
You get Soundwave, you get the satellite guy.
Shockwave. Satellite. What satellite guy? What satellite guy are you talking about?
The purple one. The purple with the thing at the chest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Shockwave. He was a laser gun originally, and then when they couldn't make guns anymore, he became a spaceship of some sort.
They let Megatron have his gun.
Yeah, but he doesn't turn into a gun, technically. I mean, a tank is just a gun with tracks, but
wheels. Yeah.
But physically, I mean, because Megatron, G1 Megatron, was a P-38 pistol. That was it. It's okay. So here goes the fucking geek part of the fucking show.
Do it.
So his name in Transformers 1 is D16, which was the toy's designation when it was part of the Takara toy line. I think it was Microchange or Diaclone. I can't remember which one Megatron Dink Dink was a part of. But there's 2 or 3 other gun molds. And in Japan, they were just called Gun Robo. And then when Transformers, because Transformers, the brand, is a U.S. brand. When Transformers went over to Japan, the Autobots, I can't remember what the Autobot name is in Japan, but I think maybe it is Autobots. But the Decepticons are Destron. And they all got numbered designations. And the gun that we know as Megatron was D16 in Japan. I just thought it was cool and also weird at the same time, because you get Orion Pax and D16, which is clearly not a name.
Well, Bumblebee was B120.
That's true.
Something.
But then you got Alita 1. I mean, Alita is
Alita 1.
I mean, you could.
Yeah.
That's not a real name.
Jazz is a name.
Yeah, Jazz. I mean, sure. But you know what I'm saying. Hound. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, Starscream had a name. Everyone had a name. You're right.
Yeah.
There were only a couple of people with number and letter designations.
Also, cool detail on D16 Megatron. His helmet, if you will, the exterior of his head was dark, like a dark shaded black color almost. If you go back to the original commercials for the Marvel Comics, and in the early Marvel Comics, Megatron had a dark shaded head.
I mean, this cartoon was made for Transformer nerds.
I think it was made by Transformer nerds.
By Transformer nerds. Yeah. But they threw in curveballs. They threw in like deep cuts. They threw in some good stuff in there. I mean, ones I didn't know, like the stuff I didn't know about. But like, there was some surface level stuff. Where I'm like, aha, I got the joke. Okay, I get it.
The Stan Bush
You know,
jokes on point. Totally on point. The six people in the theater all giggled, so that they got the joke, they understood. I really once Soundwave showed up, I was like, tapes. Where are the tapes?
none.
No
Yeah,
tapes.
none.
No
I was really
tapes.
surprised. Yeah.
We'll see what they do because it's definitely open ended for a sequel, but we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, because they're not transforming yet into human vehicles. They're still space vehicles.
Yeah,
They're still transforming.
that was the
to
best part, I
Cybertron.
think, of this movie is that it was a Transformers movie. It
Yeah.
wasn't a human in Transformers movie. It wasn't a Shia LaBeouf
Right.
in Transformers movie. It wasn't a pretty
Well,
scantily clad girl in Transformers. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying, like, it's a Transformers movie.
you heard I guess they're producing it now, but you heard the news on the next live action Transformers movie, right?
I keep hearing rumblings, but I don't pay attention.
What have you heard? Are you
that,
not paying attention?
that they're gonna do it, and that's about all I heard.
Okay. So I did a lot of research when Transformers 1 came out because I'm like, oh, interesting. Like, it's a Bay film. Like, it's Michael Bay produced the film. It's
Yeah, he's the executive producer, I believe I saw.
yeah. So he made the film. Good for him. He didn't make it dumb. I'm assuming now Michael Bay has like the rights to Transformers or something. I mean, not the rights, but like the movie
The movie rights.
exclusively like movie rights.
Yeah.
So the next live action, apparently, is the long-awaited and most sought-after Transformers G.I. Joe crossover movie.
Oh yeah. I mean, that last what the hell is that Transformers movie called?
The Beast, with I don't know, Beast Wars. It was Beast. It's not Beast Wars. I don't remember.
It was Beast Wars, but it wasn't Beast Wars.
It was a Beast Wars. Yeah, it wasn't called Beast Wars.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it was Beast Wars. Yeah, because that's the one that had Pete Davidson as the
one
car.
of the Transformers. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the-
That one was. I mean, it was fun. That was a good movie, and it at the end there with the Transformers crossover, the first GI Joe movie, the GI Joe I meant first God damn it, first GI Joe movie,
Right.
was fun. Second one
People like it.
is okay. It's all right. I mean,
People didn't like that one.
They gave Snake Eyes lips and a mouth under his mask. Like,
In the first one.
that was the first one. Okay.
Yeah, and the second one he got rid of the mouth and the lips.
Okay.
So he had this thing.
It was just. I mean, the second one was just. It was kind of out there, and whatever. It was fine. And then,
Yeah, it's fine.
did they do another one?
G.I. Joe. Yeah, they did an origin story for Snake Eyes. That's it.
Okay, so they didn't do another
They
one.
didn't do anything else. Yeah.
They haven't done another GI Joe movie. They did something that one of the characters has something to do with,
Right.
and they show you his face in like the first 2 minutes of the movie.
And they talk. And he talks.
And he
Not
talks.
being able-
And then he takes his mask off and he talks more.
Yeah. It's an origin story. He talked originally. And then he talks at the end of the movie still. So I don't know what to tell you. He's always going to talk.
No. Well, just like Bumblebee. You're always going to fucking talk. But in this movie though,
But-
I didn't mind.
Yeah.
It was funny because I really didn't know who was in this movie. I went into this like I just wanted to go see it because it looked fun.
Yeah.
And as always, I see the first teaser, I see the trailer, and then I'm done. I don't watch interviews, I don't watch breakdowns, I don't watch nothing. No TV spots even. if I can avoid them.
Yeah.
So I didn't know who was in the movie. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, why does this sound like Thor? Like, he
doesn't hide
really
his accent,
sounds
that's
like
true.
he really sounds like Thor though. The whole time I'm thinking, I'm like, and that sounds like Key and or Peele. I'm not sure which one, but it's definitely one of the two of them. And then the Megatron, I was like, I don't know who the hell this guy is, but I'm convinced.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, he's the one that always has a different actor playing him. So
I mean,
Megatron
recently. I mean,
yeah.
Frank Welker didn't do Megatron in the Bay movies up until the dinosaur one.
Oh yeah.
He was
Night.
he was Megatron. No, the one before that, the dinosaur one.
Oh. Yeah, the dinosaurs were in the
Beast
last night one.
No, there's the one before that they were in, as well.
Oh.
They're in the. Doesn't matter. It does because we were talking about something and I forgot what it was.
The voice of Megatron.
Oh yeah. So Frank Welker, he was in the third or fourth and fifth. I don't recall, but he was Soundwave throughout, and it was Agent fucking Smith that was played Megatron in the first two or three.
Hugo Weaving.
Yes, he did a decent job. I think he did a decent job. There's been a few different people in animated that have played Megatron. Yes, but Frank Welker, he's missed, and at the same time, this guy did a great job. Whatever his name is.
But the only problem, Tyrese Henry. I don't remember his name either.
Yeah.
But for Optimus though, Peter Cullen is kind of the voice.
He really is. And I knew it wasn't as soon as Orion Pax started speaking. I knew it wasn't Peter Cullen. That's what I'm saying the whole time. I'm like, why does it sound like Thor? Is it Thor? Well, I can't think of his name. Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth. He does the voice at the end when he's
the Optimus voice.
Straight up Optimus.
Yeah. He
does
definitely
the
leans
voice.
that way. He's not totally there, but he leans there for sure.
And he was coached by Peter Cullen to get the voice, so it wasn't like he was just trying to, he was coached by Peter Cullen. So
That's awesome.
It was a true handoff of the voice. I wouldn't be mad if Chris Hemsworth from here on out voices Optimus.
Or at least, does in some things so you keep getting used to his voice in case Peter has to stop doing it.
For the movies. Yeah, for the movies.
Yeah.
For Transformers 2 and the new Transformers,
I mean,
Joe, those movies.
he could be, Peter Cullen could come in and be Hound. Or 17 other different Autobots.
Peter Cullen is 83 years old.
He is.
Let the man retire.
Sure. But, other things I thought were cool about the movie, the what do they call them? The High Guard.
The High Guard.
I love that the High Guard were all made up of nothing but Seekers. Nothing but jets.
Yeah, they're all planes.
And they were, what was cool because, again, geek nerd out here, the toys back in the day, the original one that was repainted 3 times, the nose cone of the jet would fold back and reveal the head.
Right? Yeah.
When they came out with the second set, they modified the original mold. So the next 3 jets that came out in 87, I want to say, were nicknamed by the fans cone heads because of the transformation left the nose cone and the head was in the nose cone. So you had the cone sticking up above their head. In the movie, there are, the Conehead Seekers as well. I was impressed with the details.
And they're all Decepticon
Well, that too.
in the end.
Like fucking Optimus, yeah, cool. Bumblebee, yeah, cool. Alita, yep. Hound, Jazz, yep. Megatron, Decepticons rise.
Yeah.
I need to see it again. I want to watch it again. Definitely not in 3D because fuck that. I actually want to see. It looked like it was a really nice looking movie, but I was just distracted by 3D not working.
It's a very good looking movie. All the character models are very well done. The action scenes are great, even though again, I was really shocked to see them kill other robots. I'm like,
I mean,
someone dies in Transformers,
especially during the scene where
the execution.
the execution of Sentinel Prime. It's just the juxtaposition of Orion Pax turning into Optimus at the same time, basically, as D16 is fully embracing his evil side.
He was branded.
He was
as a Decepticon.
Megatronus. I've been a Transformers fan since I was a kid. Never heard that name ever.
Sure.
I never read the comics. Never read the comics. It was spoken about a lot, apparently a lot in the UK comics. The second, which movie is The Fallen in the Bayverse Transformers?
Oh, Fallen, probably the third, maybe fourth movie. Yeah.
So Megatronus and The Fallen
He's in there?
is the same character.
Okay.
Again,
there are a lot of primes in that sequence.
So
not just Megatronus.
There's 13 primes. Again, since we're still in the nerd section of the show here, 20.
Always on
No, we are really. 2010. I want to say 2010. Yeah. The Hasbro said, "Look, we have all these different branches of Transformers that all have different origins and different stories and yada yada yada. We are aligning all the continuities. So we are going to come up, basically starting over, essentially." Right. So that's when they included the 13 primes and gave them all names, because they mentioned the 13 primes in one of the Shia LaBeouf Transformer movies, because they go to the tomb of the primes and there's 13 of them in there. So they kind of had the idea already, or maybe that was already after aligned continuity. I don't keep up on timelines. But this is definitely going for the aligned continuity, where Sentinel Prime is always an asshole and treacherous. I guess we're always going to have Bumblebee talking. I don't know.
Which is fine.
Yeah, I know. I'm just talking shit.
Bumblebee can talk.
But yeah, I didn't mind. They gave them all names. There's lore behind all of them. Alpha Trion was always there. He was in the second season of the G1 cartoon. And depending on what episode you're watching with Alpha Trion, he either created Optimus Prime or the Transformers themselves. So,
how did you like that? Where there was like one gigantic Transformer that decided, I will become a planet.
That's, I think, again, part of the aligned continuity, because they already had that. If you think back to the 86 cartoon, Unicron was a planet-sized robot.
It was Unicron. It wasn't whoever this guy was, because Unicron was separate. It was a different.
So again,
Transformer that became a planet.
We're deep Transformers lore here. Yeah. In the movie, the Transformers 1 movie, they speak about it at the very beginning. That, do they? Yeah,
They do
Primus turns himself into a planet. His brother is Unicron.
Oh,
They were
there you go.
Titans, I guess. I don't know. I think this is the name they gave them, were Titans. And Primus was, the light side of the Force, and Unicron was the dark side. I don't know. Yeah, and again, too deep for me. I just like it because I like it.
True.
I know. I hear about all this stuff. I might watch a video here and there about lore, but it's just like, how many comics did you have to read to get all this shit?
Well, I think they rewrote some of it, right? Like, this is some rewritten history. It's not
and that's what I'm saying. I think
for one of
there might be like an aligned continuity Bible out there that I'm not aware of. That greatly explains everything to anybody that wants to know what's going on, basically.
Yeah.
With the primes and the matrix of leadership and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But despite all that, it hit everything. When they fought, you can actually see which robot was which. It wasn't just a blur of color.
Yeah.
They are colorful, but it wasn't just a blur of color.
Yeah. I think I have one complaint.
I mean, you can have more than one if you want.
I could.
I didn't make it.
The only one I have is they changed the transformation sound. The sound effect for transforming is different from the original, which I'm a little sad they did that. Like, just use the original. Original's great.
I completely and totally agree with you. But maybe the next movie when they get to Earth, then they make the actual noise.
That's true.
Because they are in space after all.
I like that they I like that the Transformers, even though they couldn't have been called Transformers because the story is not all of them can transform. But anyway, like they treat it like a regular city. Like these robots are like commuting. They have coffee breaks. They have crosswalks. Like, this is so.
It's just a robot, planet with robot lives and robot society. Yeah.
They eat energon. It's like, oh, okay.
I mean, Iacon City, I thought it's also kind of a throwback. The original, the episode 1 of the original cartoon, I think it's Wheeljack that says to Bumblebee that we have to get back to Iacon. Like one of the first things he says in the first episode. So it's kind of cool to bring that name back. I think it was Iacon. I think it was used a lot in the comics. Again, didn't read them, so I can't confirm that.
Good. I'm glad you liked it.
If you haven't seen it, definitely wait till just like a Marvel movie. Wait until the definite end, because I missed out on the after credit scene of everybody being branded Decepticons.
Yeah.
Because I did think it was weird. Like, there's Optimus saying that we're Autobots. Like, okay, that's cool. Where's the other side? Oh, credits are rolling. Oh, there's a little scene with Bumblebee. House lights are on. Yep. All right, I'm leaving.
Oh, right. Yeah, he already talks to his little robot gang in the incinerator. Yeah.
Yeah, and then beheads them both.
It's nice. It was like he does because of he has arm blades,
knife hands.
Knife hands. That's it. Knife hands. Yeah. No, I liked that ending. The little post credit the villains are like, there's an uprising of villains, and the planet seems big enough to where they're not going to keep bumping it. They don't necessarily have to keep bumping into each other.
Yeah.
Megatron can technically make his own society now, which will be interesting.
Since you did mention a complaint, I guess I can throw one out there as well as I'm sitting here thinking about it. But what was up with the quintessons?
I don't know.
Why did they?
I don't know. That was weird.
Who's the guy that made the alien design? What was his name, like Geiger or something like that?
Oh, like aliens, yeah, sure.
That was the type of design that these guys had, kind of. Like, what the fuck? Like, where's
H.R. Geiger?
Yeah, that's it. That's the guy's name. I didn't like it. Because every time they've ever shown quintessons, there's the high leader is the dude with the 5 faces. You know, they're kind of like Joker faces. They're different judges, really, but they're just different opera, if you will, opera faces. And then they have quintesson, soldiers that have tentacles and fucking big ass heads. And then, their army of Sharkticons. That's what we're supposed to get. Not these. I don't know. That was just like, where the fuck are we going with this?
Sequel. That's all sequel stuff. All sequel stuff.
Maybe we'll get the 5 faces of Doom in the sequel. That was an episode title.
The 5-Finger Death Punch.
That was a band. Not a very good one.
Then the 5-Finger Discount.
Then you have to deal with people like me. Not like to escort you places.
Yeah.
Fight in the lobby of
Very
places. Nice. Let's see. Where can I go from there? I can. Since we're talking about fighting. I'm a little sad. And the world should be a little sad that we're not getting the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight on pay-per-view. Unfortunately, I guess Tyson's got some ulcers that are going to prevent him from taking part in this dink exhibition match. Francis, did you ever play Super Punch Out or Mike Tyson's Punch Out?
I did. Yeah.
I was so looking forward to seeing a video game turn into real life.
Again, he's old. He's in his 60s.
Fair.
Fair,
but he could still go.
He's a bit aged.
He was training. He was ready to go, but got to not eat so much spaghetti.
Whatever. Well, what's his face? Whoever the Paul that he's fighting against had a gut too, so it wouldn't have been that much of it.
Because all the fucking issue. Nasty ass chemicals in this shitty drink.
Oh, and don't forget, he now has a Lunchables competitor called Lunchleys. Lunchleys, I think. So he's him, Mr. Beast, and some other YouTuber combined, made a Lunchables competitor meal that's supposedly healthier for kids, which it isn't. But yeah, it's like, oh, we have Lunchleys now. Anyway, I'm not sad. I don't like any of the Pauls. I wish they would stop being. I hate that people like them are popular. I hate that people like them, who are obviously awful human beings, are have a humongous following and a big fan base.
Mm-hmm.
I genuinely hate the Pauls a lot because they're just jerks. I hate them.
There's the only redeeming quality any of them is one of them's a fairly good wrestler, and it hurts me to say that. But the fucking guy he gets wrestling. He understands wrestling. He's good at it, and it pisses me off that I have to say that, honestly. But fuck the rest of them. Fuck them all. But the parents should be taken out in the middle of the street and get the shit kicked out of them just for reproducing.
Yeah. I mean, they're multimillionaires. What are you gonna do?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm sad.
Just saying. Do something with yourselves.
No, I'm with you, dude.
And not be fucking assholes.
They just. Yeah.
Why don't you try and be
part
like
of it is
Bon
also
Jovi?
jealousy. What did Bon Jovi do?
He saved a life like a month ago on a
Did he
bridge.
really?
Yeah, for real. It's not even a joke. Like, I'm not even trying to set you up for it. Well, I am trying to set you up for something, but I guess he was walking somewhere in New Jersey, or I don't know where. I just assume it's New Jersey because that's where he's from.
It's the only, yeah.
And there's a lot of bridges there, I guess. But there's some lady that was on the outside part of the rail, and he saw her and ran up, and he went, "It's your life." Yeah, I went there. So just so everybody knows, I failed myself by not securing 3 to 4 seconds worth of Bon Jovi singing "It's My Life," and then very crudely,
Oh, that would have been really funny.
very crudely, me inserting "your" over his "my." That was going to be the punchline, but I didn't have the time to do that.
I know it was for the setup for the joke, but can you just imagine? You're this, you're distraught. You're about to jump off a bridge, and Bon Jovi.
Here comes Bon
Like
Jovi and
John
Richie
Bon Jovi's
Sambora,
right there. Yeah,
and the rest of the band just walking down the street.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, that's weird, right?
Yeah, I know.
Weird.
It's.
Like,
I mean, I'm making light of it. I'm joking, despite the seriousness of why I brought it up. And it happened like damn near a month ago now, so the joke's not even fucking funny. At this point,
it works because I didn't know. I had
but
no idea.
yeah, like that's gotta be that's what a coinky dink of just life. And if that alone doesn't make you climb over the rail and like continue living, I don't know what to tell you. Cause like that's the type of shit that can happen.
Yeah.
When you're, not only on the other side of the rail.
Not that this would ever happen. I'm just going by this. But let's say I'm about to jump off a bridge. If like Sting or like, I don't know, just any 80s rock star came up to me and you're like, "Hey man, don't do it." I'd completely forget what the hell I was doing and be like you're 80s rock star, whatever.
You're 80s rock star D. Snyder in full D. Snyder gear.
You're Rod Stewart. Why are you here? What is this? What is going on? I would just forget everything.
Here comes.
Oh, okay.
Here comes. Oh fuck! I can't. Ah, damn it! It's gone. Who is the piano man?
I can't remember piano man. I don't remember. Who's the piano?
Paul Simon. Man. No, that's not it.
Oh, Billy Joel.
Billy Joel. And here comes Billy Joel walking down the street playing the harmonica.
Oh, that'd be really funny.
Or here comes Eddie Money in his police car to
you want to save a life,
sing at you, and then the lady from the 50s opens up the back door and sings her little 50s piece in the middle of an 80s song.
Well, if they're still alive, yes, yeah.
I think Eddie Money's still alive.
Oh man. I would literally just forget everything. It'd be like, I'd be so confused and just forget everything that I'm doing.
That's the other part. That's the other part. Like, we need to find this lady, but we need to ask her if she was a Bon Jovi fan to begin with, because that's the story right there. Like, I mean, yeah, maybe the story is, why you were there to begin with, but the story is, are you really a Bon Jovi fan to begin with? And your guardian angel just happens to show up.
I don't have to be. Here's the thing. I don't have to be. The fact that it's that dude specifically is what would throw me off, right? Like, that's the only thing. Like, if Bruce Springsteen just happens to touch my shoulder when I'm like on a bridge, and it's like, hey man,
USA.
don't jump, USA man, USA.
I don't even.
Oh,
I
you're
don't
right.
think I've ever heard that
Bruce.
man ever speak. I've heard him sing. I don't think I've ever heard him talk. I don't know what his voice actually sounds like.
There's a YouTube video of him doing his. He did a Broadway play of his life,
Okay.
intermixed with his music,
Okay.
and it's like, hey man, I want to tell you about my life. It's like, okay, it's just like scratchy old man voice. Like, okay, cool. So there you go. Very good. I enjoyed the joke. Thank you.
Thank you. I like I said, I'm disappointed that I didn't do my homework and risk the copyright strike for
It's new to me.
to make
Don't worry about it.
to make a
Oh,
joke,
I see.
make something light of something fairly heavy. Well, pretty heavy.
That's not good. No. It would have been different if something bad happened. She's alive and well.
That's true.
So it's
That's
you
true.
can totally do whatever you want to that story because it has a happy ending. So you
That
can
is
do whatever
true.
you want to that story.
You know what else is kind of fun? In
What else is
we can have you can make light of things and enjoy despite the content. Our spooky season movies, Francis.
It is spooky season.
It is officially spooky season. That I know there's a lot of people out there trying to get spooky September to be a thing. I'm not-
No, you're not. No.
I didn't say that I was part or head or president of said movement. I said that there is people out there that say spooky September. I am not one of them.
Boo.
I'm here for October. October is spooky month. It is also the beginning of hockey. So, my attention is split between the two things.
I mean, might as well.
But it's a great time to start watching. Everybody watches the themed movies around the given season. I feel like anyway. Like
Yeah.
Thanksgiving and Christmas is kind of all melted together because there's like 9 Thanksgiving movies and 8 trillion Christmas movies, and it's all one season now. I mean, if you look really hard when you go to a grocery store, you'll start seeing there's a lot of Christmas and Thanksgiving starting to invade the stores. We haven't even spooked anything yet, and we're already getting ready to kill turkeys that are on the edge of a bridge.
All right. That's what I have to look forward to when I go to the shops tomorrow.
Yeah, the shops.
All the
You can get something for your icebox while you're at it.
yes. I have to get stuff for my icebox tomorrow.
You gotta go into town, visit the
I
butcher.
have to go to town, visit the shops. I gotta make sure. Gotta go to the general. Make sure I hit the general store.
Gotta
make
hit
sure
the
I hit the hypermart. Gotta hit the hypermart. Gotta hit all those. Gotta hit all those places. Get ready for the long week, for the long normal week.
The long normal week. God, it sucks
degrees.
being an adult. Kiss my ass with your 77 degrees. It is starting. I mean, it's still pretty warm. Most days we're still hitting 80s and whatnot, but there's been some cool days, and you feel it, and especially in the morning. Like this morning when I walked outside, I was like, it is 45 degrees out here right now. It is a little chilly.
It was 100 just yesterday or the day before.
Jesus.
So I mean,
And you're pretty inland, so like you're feeling that. You're feeling that 100.
Oh yeah, I'm not near the coast. That's true.
Not
I'm closer to the coast than you are, but I'm not so close that I can feel the.
I mean,
I can
yeah.
feel the cool wind. Yeah.
I mean, unless the lakes here are super deep and somehow connected to the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Oh, let's make that happen.
You just start submarining to California. Oh,
You know,
that thing's happening right now. That the Titan submersible court proceedings. Those are happening right now. That's some fascinating shit.
you joke. Oh, is that happening now? Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
they have recovered pretty much the entire submersible, and which includes, not to be too grotesque here, but did include the what they described as paste that contained DNA of 5 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No comment on that one because Jesus.
but the whole thing, the whole thing, even from the beginning, when there was nothing but speculation as to what happened, to now finding out exactly how it was made, and footage from people that were working for the company or were passengers of prior dives. And I saw a video yesterday. There was bolts missing from the hatch in this one shot. Now, who knows if they were replaced or not, but I'm just saying, like, that's, you guys are at sea and there's bolts missing from the hatch. That's weird.
They were using a 90s Logitech gaming controller as a means to navigate. I mean, that's all you need to know.
When I first saw it, I was like, holy shit. I bet you the people at Mad Catz are having a blast right now. Because that's what I thought it was. I thought it was a Mad Catz controller.
Too bad. I don't think Mad Catz exists anymore.
They don't. But I mean, any generic controller to me is a Mad Catz. I mean, it doesn't matter who makes it. It's Mad Catz. It's kind of like Q-tip or Saran wrap, you know?
Oh, that's true. It's Xerox. It's a brand.
Yeah, and
encompasses everything.
Yeah, third-party controllers to me. Mad Catz probably hasn't existed in 25 years, but it'll, just like your fucking whatever UPN. I know UPN doesn't exist, but it'll always be the UPN and the WB. I don't know what the CW is. It's a WB.
Mad Catz, no, I take it back. Mad Catz still exists exclusively at Walmart.
What the fuck? Okay. Well, maybe that's where Stockton Rush, the CEO of Ocean Gate, went and got his Logitech / Mad Catz controller.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, man. It's I mean, it's really unfortunate that 5 people did lose their lives. I don't. Here's where we get fucking controversial, I guess. But I don't understand what the fascination is with the Titanic, like, whatsoever.
Not controversial.
I don't know. People get offended when you fucking speak poorly about people visiting or saying anything poorly. I mean, there are thousands of sunken boats that some had soldiers on them, but people don't go out of their way and dive deep to go look at a battleship that sank, unless it's at Pearl Harbor,
or the one that was actually a song was written about it called the Edmund Fitzgerald. Nobody ever goes and searches that.
Yeah, I just don't understand what the fascination of the Titanic is. I don't get it. A boat sank because it hit an iceberg. I'll
give you 2.
I don't get it.
I'll give you 2 reasons.
Please hit me.
Number one, it's during an era of it's the 1920s or 1910s that it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's an era of Industrial Revolution, all that stuff, or whatever. Maybe it's way past the Industrial Revolution, but it's during a time of it's during an era where everything's romanticized. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the turn of the century. Everything's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the Titanic is one of the only ships to be dubbed unsinkable. Like, that's its whole thing.
Right.
The whole thing about the Titanic is it shouldn't be able to sink, and it did. So I think that's why people are like, this is an unsinkable luxury liner. It's an unsinkable cruise ship that, like, this is supposed to be the best of the best, and it sank immediately on its maiden voyage.
Right.
Just sank. So,
I mean, and
I think that's funny.
That's not to take away from the lives that were lost. right? I look at
sure,
it.
but that's
I just
100
look
plus
at
years
it
ago.
as it's a grave site, and you don't fuck with grave sites. And when you fuck with a grave site,
Well,
that's how
it, it,
poltergeist happens and fucking, that kind of shit.
it yeah, but there is a lot of history to it. There's a lot of I went to there's still an exhibit that roams through the country, the Titanic exhibit, that has pieces of the Titanic, that has like clothing of the era, that has um, you know, replicas of the ship and like how it sank, and it shows like how it sank and how the water filled up all the different parts of the ship and all that stuff.
Sure.
So like
They show the car that
you're right,
Leo
a
and
lot of other
Kate were
ships
fucking
sank.
in and everything.
Exactly. They show Kate Winslet's boob
Yes.
in, in like well lit. Um, but yeah, like
She's just sitting
there's
there all day.
Sit there and she likes to be. Hey, she likes to be naked in her movies. I mean, I can't fault her. She
She's
likes
like,
to be naked.
I'm gonna go be
Um,
gonna go be that character I played fucking 27, 30 years ago. I'm just gonna go sit and lay in the exhibit of the car. I'm just gonna press my tits against the glass for 18 hours. See if anybody notices.
Put him on the glass. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus
Oh, I
Christ.
forget. The third thing is because people didn't care really up until the Titanic movie. Titanic movie changed everything. Thank you, James Cameron.
Thanks, James Cameron.
For introducing everyone to this concept.
Thanks
I think that
Thanks for making me sit
that was it.
in
I think
a
that was it.
movie
The
I
movie is
already.
the one that did it.
Thanks for making me sit in a movie that I already knew the ending of.
Yeah. Well, did you know that the door could only hold one person and couldn't hold them both?
I mean,
I didn't know that.
I think Leo's character made the right choice.
Yeah.
He got some from a rich chick. Like, what is there? You did it, and technically you stole a car, kind of technically.
Yeah. As the kids say, he got to plap plap plap. So there you go.
Wow. That's awesome.
It was either that or clap those cheeks, one or the other.
I mean, either works, I guess.
Either works, yeah. Either one.
Yeah. So I just don't get it. Leave it alone. It's a grave site.
I get it.
I don't understand that. Every year around the anniversary of its sinking, there's some news agency that goes, "The Titanic is disintegrating." Well, no shit. It's fucking made of metal. It's buried under thousands of meters of water, and salt water corrodes metal. I don't see the railing has fallen off, and
It's deteriorated enough to where people won't be going back anyway, so you don't have to worry. It's done. The reason why this thing was such a big deal was because they wanted to go before it all was gone, because it's pretty much.
I get it, I guess.
Going to anymore because it's nothing.
But like there's a company before the Titan submersible incident happened that went down there with some sort of high-tech rover and 3D scanned the entire wreckage area from all different angles. And they have a 3D recreation that you can look at it on your computer in full render. There's no reason to go down there. I have a rule, Francis.
I'm with you.
If you have to take your own atmosphere or air with you, you don't belong there.
Yeah, I mean, or don't rely on cheap third-party companies to do the work for you.
I think the Mad Catz controller, although hilarious, was the least of their problems. I think the biggest concern was every submersible that's out there is cylindrical. Not cylindrical, spherical. And they decided to go against everything that has been learned in the past 100 whatever years of submersibles and submarines and said, no, we're going to do a cylinder and we're going to do it out of carbon fiber, which is not meant to be under pressure in the way that the ocean, underneath the ocean is. Carbon fiber is really good at tension, like longitudinal. I can't say the word. Going in a damn it.
I don't know.
Longitudinal?
Longitudinal?
See, you can't say it either. You know what I'm trying to say, though. It's good for going lengthwise. It's not good for going in circles.
Oh, right.
And when
James Cameron
Go ahead.
has been down there a million times to do what he does. Just do whatever he's doing and just follow whatever he's doing.
You know, not bad for a former truck driver.
Oh. Yeah, I guess so.
He was a truck driver before he was, James Cameron. He was just Jim the truck driver.
That's why that scene in Terminator 2 was so realistic.
You're right. And all the other movies that have trucks in them that James Cameron does.
Don't worry about it.
What?
What other movie did he do with a truck?
I don't know. I can't think of one. I just throwing it out there just to.
Terminator 2 is the only one I know of.
No, the first Terminator. There was a truck scene in that one too. A truck chase. A semi-truck chase.
There is one. Yeah. That's true.
So that's two movies.
I would love it. I would love it if he did that, or in every movie he made.
There's just a specific scene that has a semi-truck driver in it. And that's like
Avatar would have been 10 times better with the one.
That'd be the most realistic part of the entire movie is just the truck driver scenes.
What? There's a truck here. There's a semi from 1985 just driving through this lush green forest.
He's on the CB looking for whores. I'm telling you, man, that's all you ever hear on a CB is what the weather is in whatever city someone's going to, and they're looking for a whore.
Hello, whores. What's your 20?
Nice.
I'm over here.
Over here, big, whatever the fuck, radio CB handle.
Yeah.
Never had one. Never had a handle.
Almost had one. Almost.
I kind of wanted, when I had a Jeep. I had a Jeep Wrangler. No. I wanted a Jeep Wrangler. I had a Grand Cherokee. And I wanted to get a CB for it. Because more, I wanted the PA more than I wanted the CB. Because I wanted to grab the mic and key it and scream at people in traffic.
Ah.
I'm not sure the legality on that.
I don't know.
I think that would be pretty shocking if you say you cut somebody off and the next thing you hear is someone screaming at you as if they're in your back seat. That might be a little shocking and scary.
Exhausting. No way.
Yeah. Well, sometimes when your work sends you across the state, you go because they're paying you mileage.
That's true.
And you get to see parts of the state you'd never seen before. So there you go.
Which is the best part. It was my favorite thing of working, because when I used to drive around for my work, and like discovering new places and things was like my favorite thing about that job. Everything else I hated, but that was the best part.
I was in a mountain town for my job. And
isn't every town in Colorado a mountain town?
I mean, if you watch the NFL, every time they show Colorado, they show fucking the city of Evergreen. So yeah, probably.
Okay.
Well, they point west, and if you point west in Colorado, all you see is mountains. So, but if they really showed Denver, they just show a bunch of racist assholes. No, we're not all racist.
Okay.
Just the ones that Francis had to interact with.
That's all right.
And there's sometimes the ones that I have to interact with at my job too, but that's just because that's just because they call us names.
That's your job.
Yeah, they call us names.
Yeah.
What did I mention though? I was mentioning something. Oh yeah, so I was in the mountain town, and I looked over from where I was, and there's like a property. I don't want to call it a farm, but it was a property. And on this property were random cars parked in random places. And it was at that point I decided that I want to, at some point in my life, have property that has random cars parked in random places. Maybe with a tree growing out of one
movies.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like in the movies, yeah.
If you have that many cars, why wouldn't you put them all together in like the same place?
It's art.
I just looked over it, and I'm just like, this is random. Like, you got the house, you got a big garage, you got like a tool shed looking thing, you got a little horse run thing and a barn for the horse. And then there's just a car, and there's a grass, and there's a car buried in the grass. There's another building. It's all on the same property. Another building with cars kind of around it. And then down here at the low end of the property, there's another random car.
One day
One
this will
day.
be your dream.
One day I hope to be
perfect internet on a barn.
Yes. So my redneck ass can at least, cruise the internet at a decent speed.
I was going to say podcast, but sure, cruise the internet.
Well, I mean, it's all encompassing. But that's going to do it, I think, for this week, because I have no topics and running out of juice because I've been up for 12 plus hours. So it's time to refresh, relax. And we'll be back, not on Tuesday this week, because I'm working late again. So we'll be back next Saturday. Probably around the same time. Or Friday. Did I say Friday? Saturday? What did I say?
I thought you said Friday.
Let's look at the schedule. Let's look at the schedule live, because that makes for great podcasting.
I was under the impression if it's Saturday, that's fine too. But I was under the impression it was Friday at 7:30.
Friday at 7:30. Francis is correct. Friday at 7:30.
Okay. I thought that's what you said. Yes. Okay. Good. Either way is fine. I can do Saturday at 7:30.
It'll probably be a little later than 7:30, because that's what 7:30 is when I actually get out of work. But sometime after that. But it'll be Friday, either way. So join us then. That's everything. Francis, you got anything else?
No. Not that I won't talk about on Friday.
Okay, well, we'll save it for then. In the meantime, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you on the internet?
One place only, at AKA the other guy on all the social medias. You don't need any other information because all of my links are there. I only have one link, really, which is my website. So just go there. That's where everything is. Go there.
SincereSarcasm.net.
Oh, no. I mean, yeah, that too. But at AKA the other guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you want to go to his page. That's where you go. Because you didn't say that.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to be confused and go 8 million different places.
Yes. Tell me, Josh.
Well, you can call, text, voicemail 314-764-7631. It spells out POI Pod 1. You can get a hold of me at the POI. Wait, what the hell? You can get a hold of me at 303_ninja on the Twitters or on the Instagram at 303ninja. There's no what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Synergy here. None of it. Email thepoipodcast@gmail.com. Check out wherever you find your podcast. Look up the POI Podcast. Look up POI Podcast. Or just message me, and I'll tell you where or what the link is to your favorite podcast catcher. Because I don't remember what that is. I submitted it all, but when you go and type it in, to Spotify, let's say, it's hard to find. Just let me know. Let me know, and I'll let you know. I need a drink. But we'll be back on next Friday, or this Friday. I don't know how you say that, but we'll be back on a Friday for some more fun. The end of the song is coming. The end of the show is here. We'll see you next time. See ya.